Welcome to the CloudRevolution YouTube channel, guys. I am Mukesh. In today's video, I will guide you through the process of creating a Kubernetes cluster using Kops. The Kops is short for Kubernetes operation, and it is a very powerful tool that simplifies the deployment and management of Kubernetes cluster on various cloud providers. So let us get started. So let's see overview of Kops first. Kops is a command line tool that automates the process of setting up production-ready Kubernetes cluster. And it handles tasks like such as provisioning infrastructure, configuring networking, and launching the necessary components. And today I will show you how to create an Kubernetes cluster using Kops on the AWS cloud provider. So before creating a Kubernetes cluster, let us see some prerequisites for creating a Kubernetes cluster using Kops. Before we begin, make sure that you have an AWS cloud provider account, and also we need a domain name for this Kops. So you can get that domain from domain registrar like root 53. So let us see what are those prerequisites of now. So these are all the prerequisites. Like I said, we need a domain for Kubernetes DNS records. You can purchase it from GoDaddy or Freenome. In Freenome, you can get it free. And also from AWS, that is from Route 53. And we need to create an Linux virtual machine. And inside that Linux virtual machine, we have to set up Kops, kubectl, AWS CLI, and we have to generate SSH keys. And in the AWS account, we have to set up S3 bucket, and we have to create an IAM user for this AWS CLI that we have installed in Linux virtual machine. And also we need to create an Route 53 hosted VM. And these are all the tasks that need to be performed. We will do one by one when we doing on hands-on. So first we need to copy this NS record that has been generated in the Route 53. We have to paste that in domain registrar. So right now I will be using GoDaddy. And in the Linux mission, we have to generate SSH keys. So we don't need to copy to anywhere else. We just need to generate SSH keys. And after that, we will install Kops by using this official documentation. So for everything, we will use official documentation. So after installing Kops, we will install kubectl and AWS CLI. And after that, we will create an IAM user with admin access, or you can narrow down your permissions using IAM policies. And after that, we need to create an S3 bucket. So in the S3 bucket, we have these Kops will store Kubernetes cluster configuration. So in the S3 bucket, it will store configuration. After doing all these tasks, we will create Kubernetes cluster with this command. So Kops create cluster, and we will pass some arguments like name, state. So where that configuration that will be stored, or it will get configuration. So we will specify that with the state, and zones, node count, master size. So these are all the arguments we are going to pass. So let us get started, guys. Now we will go to Amazon and management console, and we will do this first task. That we will create an EC2 machine, and also we will copy this NS records and we will paste it in the GoDaddy. So let us move to AWS management console. So first, let us copy name servers the records from root 53. So let me search for root 53 here. I have already created a hosted zone, guys. So you have to create one hosted zone here in the root 53. So I have created this subdomain. I have a domain called trainingdevops.com, and I have created subdomain with this name, Qt. Okay, and these are all the name servers that has been generated when I created this hosted zone. So I have to copy these name servers one by one, and I have to paste it in the this in the GoDaddy DNS records. So let me copy one by one. And here we will create a new record. You have to choose type NS, that is name servers. And you have in the name, you have to write your subdomain name. Subdomain name is Q. So let me write here Q. And here in the value, you have to paste your name server. So save it. Now let me copy the second one, and we will do for all these 4 name servers. We copied all the 4 name servers. If you scroll down, you will see those Q with the name Q. Okay, after copying, you have to test if you copied these name servers correctly or not. So let me go to my terminal. So this is my terminal, Windows PowerShell. So we can verify with this command ns lookup, and the type is ns, and here you have to provide your domain name, that is q.devops.com. So it will verify if our name servers copied correctly or not. So these are all our name server. That means we copied it correctly. So it is showing our name server. So let us move on to the next step, guys. I'm going back to my AWS management console, and here I'm going to create one instance here, a Linux instance, launch instance. I'm naming it as Kops, and I'm selecting an Ubuntu instance here. and instance type will be T2 micro will be fine. We are not going to do any tasks inside these major tasks inside this server. So T2 micro will be fine. And we have to select a key pair. If you don't have any key pair, you have to create a new one by clicking here. And I will be creating a security group. So SSH is fine. I'm more if you want to narrow down security policies, so you can select my IP here. I'm selecting my IP. So that's it. We need to launch this. So it is a success. Let's go back to instances. Let's wait for it to be running state. So it is running guys. Now let us connect to this instance. So I'm copying public IPv4 address and I'm going back to my Windows terminal. So I'm already in downloads folder. So my private key is in also download folder. First, let me clear the screen. I'm connecting with SSH. We're going to use the username and after that, at the rate, paste your public IP address. So it is taking time. That means I have a problem with my security group connection timed out. So I have problem with my security group. So let me go back to AWS management console and let me solve it. Here in the security, go to this security group and I am going to edit this one. My IP address is not static one, so my IP address might be changed while connecting to this EC2 instance. So let me select my IP again. Oh, it didn't change. Okay, let me try that again. Okay, it is working now. It is working now. I think that this server was not ready to connect before. I think that's it. Okay, we have connected. So this is our instance. First, let me update apt cache unit to the apt update. So we have updated our cache. Now let's install our prerequisites like Kops, kubectl, AWS CLI. So let me go to Google Chrome or any you can use any web server. So here I am searching for Kops install. So this second link, that is this is official documentation for installing Kops. So I have included in the document, guys. I will share you that document in the description. So this is how you can install your Kops. So this is for Linux, and this is for if you are using Mac OS. This is how you can install it. And if you are using Windows, you can install it by following these instructions. So for Linux, I'm copying this one for this whole thing. So I'm copying this. I'm moving back to this terminal, and I am pasting it here. So click enter. So our Kops is installed. You can verify with this command Kops -help. It will show you all the flags or all the commands that we can use with this Kops. So it is showing all the available commands, all the flags. So our Kops is installed. And it is showing that what is Kops also. You can see. So let us move on to the next thing, that is installing kubectl. So we are back in the web browser, and we will search for kubectl install here. And we are going to use official documentation for it. So it will show you how you can install on Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. So right now we are using Linux virtual machine, so we will select Linux. And in this, we are going to, it will show you 3 methods for it. Okay, to install kubectl on Linux, I'm going to select first method only. So let me select first method. So we will copy this one by one, every command by one by one, and we will paste it in the terminal. So it is downloading this kubectl binary. You can see this is our kubectl binary. And let's see what is our next step. If you want to install some other version, you can mention, you can download that specific version like this. Okay, it will show you, it is showing you how you can download that specific version. Now it is an optional step, guys. If you want to validate your binary, you can do that. Let us do that. So let me copy this and paste it in that terminal. Okay, it didn't copy. Let me copy that again. Okay, now let's see what is our next command. So it will, after passing this command, it has to show this command. It's, sorry, this output kubectl. Okay, that means our kubectl binary is correct. Okay, so let us copy this and paste it in the terminal. You can see our output is kubectl. Okay, that means our binary is correct. We have validated our kubectl binary. Now let us see how you can install kubectl. Now let me copy this command and paste it here. So sorry, again it didn't copy. Let me copy that again. Okay. So it will install this kubectl by using this kubectl binary, and it will install in this location user local bin kubectl. So enter. So our kubectl installed. Now let us verify if it is installed or not by using this command kubectl version -- client. So let me copy this. Okay, you can see this is our output. So you can see this this version is installed 1.27.2 version. Okay, so right now we have installed Kops and kubectl. And one more thing, we need to generate SSH keys, guys. So let me generate SSH keys. I have to clear the screen first. To generate SSH keys, this is the command SSH keygen. Enter, and you simply have to just keep on entering. Okay, we don't need to write anything here. Okay, so it is just if you want to save with another name. Right now it is going to create SSH keys in this name ID underscore RSA. So if you want to create with another name, you can mention that here. So I don't need to create with another name. So right now I am going with default. Enter, enter, enter. So my public key and my private key has been created, and those are in this location. Okay. So you just need to create these SSH keys, guys. You don't need to do anything with it. So after this, we need to install one more thing, that is AWS CLI. So let me search for official documentation for it also. AWS CLI install. So it is pointing me to AWS official documentation. I'm opening it. So it will show you how you can install AWS CLI. So right now we are using Linux. So select Linux. So this is how you can install your AWS CLI. So let me copy this whole thing. Okay. By clicking here, this button, copy, and let us go back to our terminal and paste it here. Okay, it will install our AWS CLI. So let me do AWS -- version. Okay, guys. For this, we need to unzip, right? Here it is showing to unzip. So we need to install a package called unzip. That's why it didn't install our AWS CLI package. So let me copy this command here and paste it in the terminal again, and in the end -y. So it will install unzip package. We need this unzip package to unzip this AWS CLI 2.zip. Okay. Okay, we installed that. Now let us do this again. Let me copy this again. Okay, copy and paste it in the terminal. Okay, it is right now installing AWS CLI here. Okay, now let us verify if it is installed or not with this command AWS -- version. this AWS CLI is installed with this version 2.11.23. Okay, so we have installed everything, guys. Now let us move on to AWS Management Console. There we have to do two more tasks, like creating IAM user and also S3 bucket. So let me open IAM here. Let me search for IAM and let me open it in a new tab. Okay, it opened. Now let us go to user. We need to create an IAM user. Okay, have to click on add users. I'm creating for Kops, mentioning this one, Kops admin. So I don't need AWS Management Console access. So we need programmatic access. So that's why we don't need to check this box. Click on next. So we will attach policies directly. I'm going to attach this administrator access because it is going to create a lot of Kops is going to create a lot of services like uh, VPC and their subnets. It will create auto scaling links. So it will create a lot of services. So I'm providing administrative access. If you want to create narrow down your policies, we can do that also, but you have to research in the Google. You can get that one. So I have selected administrator access. Now let me click on next. So it will create a user. So after creating this user, we have to go inside this Kops admin user and go to security credentials here. Scroll down. Here we have to create access keys. Okay. Create accesses. That is, we need it for AWS CLI. So that's why I'm selecting AWS CLI. And you have to check this box. Click on next. This one description is optional. And here it will show you your access keys, access key and secret access key. Okay. So right now I am showing it to you guys these access keys and secret access keys, but in the real time scenario, you shouldn't expose your these keys. It will be very dangerous for your account, for your AWS account, if you expose this secret keys. Anyway, after this recording, I am going to delete it, so I don't need to worry about it. So let me copy these access keys and the secret access keys. Okay, we need to configure our AWS CLI that we have installed in our EC2 virtual machine. So I am back in the terminal. Here to configure AWS CLI, command is AWS configure. So here we have to paste our access keys. That is my access key. And let me copy secret access key. Secret access key. This is my secret access key. And like I said, you shouldn't expose this access key and also mainly secret access key. Okay. And my default region name is, right now I am using US East one. not in this. IAM is global. So let me go back to instances. So here you can see this US East, that is US East 1. So let me select that one, US East 1, and I need output with JSON. Okay, my AWS CLI is configured now. That's all we need to do. Now we need to create one more service in AWS, that is a S3 bucket. So let me search for S3. I'm opening it in the new tab, guys. So here we need to create a bucket. That's all. Create bucket, and bucket name you have to uh, specify this bucket name with a unique name. So this is an global service, guys. That's why you need to specify an unique name. So let me create a Kops state file to devops. I'm writing this long name because it should be unique. Okay. So let me see. Okay. Okay, this one is a unique one. Let's create a bucket. Okay, our bucket has been created. This is our bucket. Okay. Now let us create our Kops cluster. We have done all of the prerequisites, guys. We can simply create our Kops cluster now. So let me clear the screen first. To create a Kops cluster, this is the command Kops create cluster, and after that you have to specify arguments. Okay, so if you need I think you will get with help. Let me see. Yes, so you can get all the flags. Okay, if you want to see which flags which arguments you can use, you can get with this command Kops create cluster hyphen help. So it is showing examples also. Okay, how you can create an cluster in the DigitalOcean or in the AWS. So it is showing that. Okay, let us create our cluster, guys. Let me clear the screen first. Now let's proceed to create our cluster. First, I am mentioning my name. I am naming this with my subdomain name only. Okay. trainingdevops.com. Okay, I think spelling is correct. Okay. Now I have to mention where my state file should be stored. So we have to mention S3 bucket here. We have to present whole S3 URL. S3, and after this, we have to copy our S3 bucket name. So let me copy from here. So this is our bucket name, copy and paste it here. And one more argument for Jones. For Jones. So I want to distribute these in the US East 1A and 1B. 1A, comma, US East 1B. And we need to specify how many nodes you want. Node count. And I need these nodes with the size, node size with the size T3 small. It will work with T2 small also, guys, but T3 small is somewhat less expensive than T2 small. That's why I'm using T3 small. And I need master size with the T3 medium. T3 dot medium. Hyphen DNS zone. We need to mention our subdomain here. That is cube dot training devops.com. Now I need volume size. I need to specify volume sizes. Otherwise, it will create very big volume sizes for it. So hyphen node volume size. So 8 GB is fine for me per node. And for master, volume size also 8 GB. So these are all the argument we are passing. So state, Jones, node count, node size, master size. So I think spelling is correct for everything. So it will this thing will not create your cluster, but it will store your configuration file in the S3 bucket. So let me enter it. Okay, it will take some time. Okay, it is done. So it will it is showing what is going to do in this terminal. Okay, everything that is it is going to be created. It is showing that it is showing that it is going to create some security group rules. Okay, and it is going to create EC2 instances, VPCs. So everything that is going to create, it is showing that. So you can see, yeah, VPC details, subnet for VPCs. Okay, so it is it didn't create our cluster, but it stored Kops configuration file in the S3 bucket. Let's go to S3 bucket. So let us refresh it here. You can see this is our configuration file. It is stored with the name that we have given. So these are all the configuration files. Now to create this cluster, this is the command. Okay, it is showing showing how you can create also. So let me copy this and paste it here. And in the end, you have to specify your state file also. Otherwise, it doesn't work. State equals to, you have to specify S3 bucket. And let me copy my bucket name again. And paste it here. Now click on enter. So it will create your cluster now. But it will take some time, guys. You have to wait for it. So it will take around 10 minutes. So we have to wait for it. Okay. I'm pausing this recording, guys. After creating this cluster, I am going to resume. So let me do one thing. Let me copy this command. Now let me specify our name here. Name. And we have to specify our state. Okay, that is our, sorry. We have to specify here bucket name. Okay, this is our bucket name. Now click on enter. Okay, it will validation failed. So we have to wait for 10 minutes. So I will come back after 10 minutes. So it is trying up to 10 minutes. So we have specified wait 10 minutes, right? So I will come back after 10 minutes, guys. So after waiting around 10 minutes, our cluster is ready. You can see. And these are all the nodes that has been created. It is showing that for control plane is as we mentioned T3 medium, for worker nodes T3 small, just like we have mentioned. And also it is distributing nodes in these regions only that we have specified, 1A and 1B. Okay. Now let us we can use kubectl because we have installed kubectl also. So you can see nodes with this command kubectl get nodes. You can see, and this is the version that that has been installed, 1.26.5. Okay. Now let us go to AWS Management Console. Let us see what are all the things that has been created when creating this cluster. Okay, I'm going to refresh it here. Instances. You can see these are all our Kubernetes instances. Okay, it created with these names. And let me go to volumes here. So it created volumes for everything. For etcd, it is creating 20 GB each. Okay. And for control plane and node volumes, it created 8 GB. Okay. And after this, we will see load balancers. We didn't create any load balancer. It will not show anything. But we will create one load balancer. We will test one application here. So it created auto scaling groups also. So let us see auto scaling groups. So this for each node it created uh, one auto scaling group. So for master, one auto scaling group, and for each node it created one auto scaling group. So let's see. Let's search for VPCs, guys. VPC. VPCs. So as you can see, it created this VPC with this IPv4 CIDR, and you can see this resource map. What it has been created. These two subnets. Okay, root tables. So everything it created automatically. So now let us test and sample application in our cluster. So let me clear the screen first. Now let me deploy sample Nginx, kubectl create deploy with the name Nginx and with the image with the image Nginx only. So I'm creating a deployment with the name Nginx and image name Nginx. And you can mention your port, which port you want to expose. I want to expose 80 port. And if you want to have replicas for it, I can mention 3 replicas. Let's see. So our deployment has been created. Okay. Now let's see kubectl get all. You can see there are 3 parts are running. Just like we mentioned, three replicas and 1 deployment. Okay. And 1 replica set. So let me expose this deployment, guys. Kubectl expose this deployment. Let me copy this deployment name and type. I'm mentioning it as load balancer. Okay, it is going to create one load balancer service. So let us see if it works or not. Our service has been created. Now let us pass this command again, kubectl get all. Get all. Okay, you can see our load balancer has been created, but our external IP is pending because it is still creating in the AWS management console. So let us wait for it, guys. So you can see our load balancer has been created and it is showing this DNS record. Okay, this is our load balancer. So let us copy this. Okay, now let us go to AWS management console. Okay, let us see if that load balancer has been created or not. Okay, this is our load balancer. Okay, it created one classic type load balancer. And this is the DNS record. It is same as our uh, DNS record that we have copied from the terminal. Okay, let us paste that in. in the browser. I'm opening a new tab. Let us paste it here. So you can see it is successfully showing welcome to Nginx page. So that means our deployment is success. So this is how you can create an Kops cluster, guys. And you can see here instances, what instances it is pointing to. It is pointing to nodes, okay, to these availability zones 1A and 1B. And let us see how we can delete this cluster, okay. If you know how to create, you should know how you can delete also, okay. So let me delete this cluster. It will delete everything, okay. So we can delete this cluster with the Kops command, Kops delete cluster. And here you have to pass which cluster it has to delete. Name, that is cube.and devops.com. And you have to specify the state also, where the state config state file is present. And let me copy the bucket name once again. Okay, this is our bucket. You can see. So there are a lot of configuration files after creating this cluster, as you can see. So let me copy this bucket name once again. And here you have to paste it. And you have to specify yes. And it should pass with that. Okay. Okay. I think we don't need this admin. You can delete that. Okay. Right now it is deleting our cluster. It will delete everything. And it will retry until every resource has been deleted. Okay. So I'm pausing our recording here, and I will resume after this has been deleted completely. Okay, after waiting some time, it deleted our cluster. You can see, and it deleted all of these resources like volumes, security groups, root tables, DHCP options, and internet gateway, and so many volumes. You can see all of this. So it deleted all of these resources. Okay, that is all for this video, guys. So you have let us see what we have done up to now. We have created a Kubernetes cluster using Kops, and we have seen how we can manage scale our cluster. Becomes simpler with the Kops. Okay, and it will be useful when we deploy complex application and configuring auto scaling groups. So we can take advantage for advanced Kubernetes feature for it. Okay. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more Kubernetes tutorials and this DevOps related content. So feel free to leave any questions or comments below, and I will be happy to assist you guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.